Um, Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for the organizing committee for the invite. It's a great pleasure to be here with you all. First of all, let me review with you the contents of my short presentation, and I can assume there are some similarities between my presentation and Dr. Azmi's presentation, so if this is the case, I will try to skip it quickly. I'll give you a short definition of AI. We need to know what's exactly AI, going through the global market of AI, the growth and facts, why banks use AI currently, and some of the applications that AI can play an important role and investment opportunities, particularly for Islamic banks. Finishing with my key final remarks or takeaways. My academic background goes back to developing scoring models using artificial intelligence. Was one of the early researchers in the UK to use neural networks and genetic programming to predict financial crisis, to predict credit worthiness of the clients when it comes to bank loans. Have some experience in delivering professional training courses, published over the last 8 years around or more than 40 highly ranked research articles in top-ranked journal. Also the editor of Cogent Banking in Taylor Francis, and a member of the editorial board in a number of international peer-reviewed journals, reviewed for more than 30 journals as well. When it comes to artificial intelligence, it's a shame not to mention John McCarthy, the guru of artificial intelligence back in 1956, who developed or coined that term of artificial intelligence. It's two words for me. I will keep it short. I'm not going to read the definitions, but it's artificial and intelligence. So artificial means to me technology, computers, softwares, and intelligence is a try to mimic, to copy the human intelligence. Such as neural networks, for example, the idea came from human brains, where you try to copy the idea when you see an action or you do something and try to apply it in different applications. So artificial intelligence is the intelligence exhibited by machines, while machine learning is the construction of algorithms, which is quite different. So when it comes to the prediction of the future, you have to have such as Bayesian algorithms, for example. Deep learning, in my point of view, is a subset of machine learning. Use some layers of non-parametric, non-linear algorithms processes when try to categorize data. And when it comes to data, that's very important. The higher the quality the data that we got, the better the outcomes that we will benefit from any financial phenomenon. So if you imagine data as a fuel, artificial intelligence is the engine of the current digital revolution, in my point of view. So that's a view of traditional programming versus machine learning. So normally you will use data with some advanced programs, and this will give you an output. With machine learning, it's quite a different story, where you have some data and some outputs came from previous processes to give you a program who can develop further outcomes. And there are differences between outputs and outcomes, definitely, as you know. So again, John McCarthy said it's the science and the engineering of making intelligent programs and intelligent computers and softwares. So to sum up, that's like what Dr. Azmi said before. It's an advanced technology allows machines to sense, comprehend, act, and then at the end learn for the future. In other words, try to mimic or copy the human brains. So there is disruption ahead, whether we like it or not, and what I mean by disruption here is robots. Whether it's chat bot, whether it's advisor or robo-advisors, or any kind of technology can be used. Looking to the global artificial intelligence market between 2019 and 23, 33% is the growth rate, with expectation for the incremental growth to reach 75.5 or over $75.5 billion by 2023. That's massive. That's huge. That emphasizes the importance of artificial intelligence, generally speaking, and in particular within the banking industry. Number of reports as well are expected to be more than 10,000 reports globally. If you look to the main areas that how companies worldwide are using artificial intelligence nowadays, information technology come on the top. I still remember when I was reading in one of the reports that more than 25% of the senior executive of world companies, they are expecting to reimagine their companies with artificial intelligence, and that compared to only 14% back in 2017, only 2 years ago. Also, they predicted that 60 to 70% of the account jobs completed by accounting and finance department will disappear by 2021. And that's ringing a bell, this ring a bell for all of us about the importance of using artificial intelligence. Some facts from the financial markets, from the global market as well. Artificial intelligence technology will increase productivity by 40%. These are concurrent numbers. These are the numbers based on the statistics in 2019, 2020. Since 2000, for example, magnified 14 times increase in the size of artificial intelligence. Will automate 16% of American jobs, maybe more. If you look to Generation Z, young people aged between 18 and 23 years old, they are no longer need credit cards. They are using simply Apple Pay. They are using any sort of artificial. 3 months ago in the UK, we start to use what I will call personally moneyless, cardless technology, where we use our fingerprints to make payments. If you forget your wallet, if you don't have a credit card or cash, you can use your fingerprints and make the payment. It's not above all stores and banks nowadays, but it's coming quite soon, and the same technology has been used recently in America. A lot of other statistics, I'm not going to read the slides. It's available for you to read about it, just to give you a glance, just to give you a flavor of what's coming, whether we like it or not. So financial institutions, which I mean here, including banks, including Islamic banks, become aware of the importance of machine learning, deep learning, machine techniques, artificial techniques, become aware of blockchain, become aware of cryptocurrencies, become aware of the importance of use technology to facilitate the products they offer to their clients. And end of the day, my approach is people first always. We do all this for the satisfaction of our clients. So we need to investigate to come to a conclusion what will make our clients satisfied. And this will help and enable them to completely refine how they work, how they innovate products and services, and transfer customer experiences. Looking to the global Islamic software market, it's interesting. Big data and data analytics, business analytics. Like I said, data is important. You can't imagine a computer machine or artificial intelligence system will give black data and will transfer it to a white data. Black will give black, gray will give gray, white will give white. So the quality of the data, but the problem with big data is the variety of data. You have some kind of structured data, unstructured data, you have flying data, even data comes once, and if you can't catch it, gone. Issue of smartphones and banks and smart payments, that's the market driver in Islamic markets, and the market driver as well is mobility in banking industry with expectation of above $685 million by 2021. If we look to MENA, focusing on GCSE, for example, and neighbors, we have here some statistics that the size of this industry is around 320 billion and the expectation by 2030. UAE is a major contributor, followed by Saudi Arabia and GCC4. These are Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, and Qatar, and followed by Egypt. As you can see, the percentage of GDP are huge, and this reflects the importance of artificial intelligence. Compared to the world markets, you can see United Arab Emirates come third after China and North America.
2 minutes more.
You can see the state of Islamic fintech. we've identified more than 12,000 fintech startups worldwide. 93 of them, based on the recent reports, are Islamic. And you can tell from here that big data, artificial intelligence, blockchain, and artificial intelligence facilitating investment processes are the most key important issues. When it comes to smart Islamic banking, you have a lot of evidence around the GCC countries that there is an importance and increased importance of this. In Qatar, for example, 19% of the population are using online banking already. However, there is still lack of preparation for using much more artificial intelligence. However, they have 96% of their households have an access to the internet, which means there is a revolution coming within Qatar. Why banks are using artificial intelligence? It's data analytics and productivity and cost efficient. I do apologize. I've been told that I have 20 minutes around the presentation, so that's why I've got a lot of slides, but I will try to finish up quite soon. Where banks are using artificial intelligence, the major thing they're using for it is IT, and followed by finance and accounting. And like Dr. Azmi said exactly, it's robo-advice, chatbots, and other algorithms as well. So the main application of artificial intelligence, in my point of view, anti-money laundering, credit risk management, and ILM, which is intra-liquidity management and security lending, to improve operational efficiency of the Islamic banking industry. You have a lot of application within industrial, manufacturing, media, health factor, automation, agriculture, financial services, as shown in these slides. To come to this opportunity here, the ecosystem gaps for Islamic finance, we've identified here 5 main areas for future investments. First is big data versus artificial intelligence within deposits, and I'm talking here about Sharia deposits compared to other financial products. There is an area for trade finance, in particularly with blockchains, and there is an area also for wealth management with artificial intelligence. Takaful and re-takaful, massive, huge industry with $12 billion worldwide. And the last one is B2B. And we've identified 9 fintech technologies as core. And when it comes to technology, in my point of view, there is no such difference between conventional banking and Islamic banking. What applies to the conventional counterparts applies to the Islamic financial sector. Venture capitals, private equities are some of the applications, with 74% will be using artificial intelligence within the next 2 years, 34% applied blockchain, and other 77% will be using blockchain in the next 2 years. So read about the advantages and disadvantages. My main takeaway for you guys is, when it comes to financial institutions, the adoption of artificial intelligence is no longer a choice for us, whether we like it or not. AI can solve even and anticipate complex financial problems. Financial institution needs to prepare for the forthcoming challenges and new technologies. And my main point here is there is huge need for education. When we talk about undergraduate programs, in higher education institutions, postgraduate research degrees, how many degrees discuss financial technology, artificial intelligence within financial institutions? So to bridge that gap, there is a need for high quality programs to educate financial institutions or players in the market on how to play the game against financial services. Thank you very much for your attention.